If you're successful on paper, but quietly burnt out and disconnected, this is for you. Most high performers live in survival mode most of the day and don't even know it. Let me show you the shift. Hey there, and welcome to Be Unmessable with the podcast. Today is my turbo tip, and my name is Josselyne Herman-Saccio. I am the host of Be Unmessable with the podcast, and I want to talk to you about embracing your vision today, not falling into reaction, which is where most of us spend most of the day. So I want to ask you a question, first of all. Have you ever felt stuck? Like in a cycle, a vicious circle of reacting and surviving and having reasons and putting out fires and managing problems and feeling like life is running you instead of the other way around. And if you have, then this episode is for you. So take a breath. Let's do it together. And we are about to explore how to step out of that exhausting cycle, that exhausting pattern, and live a life guided by your vision, your purpose, and your dreams. Let's do it. So, what does reaction mode look like? Okay, so let's start by what I mean by reaction mode. When you're in reaction mode, you're essentially on automatic. Autopilot. You're not even home. You are focused on surviving the day, surviving the meeting, surviving the interaction, responding to emails, managing last minute crises, trying to keep up with the endless demands of family and work and society and just life in general, right? And it's not that those things don't matter, but when you're stuck in reaction mode, everything feels urgent. There's no room to look up and out at what truly matters to you or what you're working toward long term. So let me ask you this. Have you ever had a day where you got everything done on your to-do list, yet you still felt unfulfilled and dissatisfied at the end of the day? Well, that is a clear sign that you are living in reaction mode. So now let's contrast that with vision mode. What is vision mode? What is creation mode? It isn't about ignoring your responsibilities or your to-dos. It's about approaching them from a place of purpose. Instead of reacting to what's happening around you, what life is throwing at you, you're guided by your long-term vision and goals in the bigger picture of what you really want your life to look and feel like. What do you want the experience of life to be like? So here's one of the keys. Vision mode does not wait for perfect circumstances. I mean, if you can find perfect circumstances, then may the force be with you. That's wonderful. Let me know where you found them. But being unmessable with is about being able to be powerful and free and creating in the face of any circumstance that life is throwing at you. And life does throw stuff at us. So you don't need to have the ideal resources or timing or sudden bursts of motivation or inspiration to live from your vision. It's about starting right where you're at right now and letting your vision guide your actions, actually pull you forward into the world of action from the context of what you've been creating versus what's being thrown at you. So I'm going to share with you a story just to illustrate this. I used to work with an actor who I manage actors, and one of the actors that I worked with told me that their ultimate dream, like their ultimate goal, was to win an Academy Award, right? Sounds inspiring. But when I asked them, okay, well, why do you want that? Like, what do you really want? What do you really think is going to be available once you win that Academy Award that isn't available right now? And they didn't have the answer right away. And we dug deeper and deeper. And at some point, he realized that it wasn't about the award itself. What he really wanted was freedom, self-expression, and the ability to impact people on his daily life, right? So here's what's fascinating. He didn't need to wait to win an Academy Award to experience these things. By connecting with his vision, he started creating freedom and self-expression and impact in small, actionable, intentional ways on set, in his personal life, in his creative work, in his workouts, when he went to get a cup of coffee. So the lesson here is fairly simple. Don't wait for someday when you fulfill that goal or that accomplishment that you think you need to accomplish. Don't wait for someday to feel fulfilled. You can create that experience right now by living from your vision, not merely toward a goal. So, how do you shift from that world of reaction and survival to the world of creation and vision? So, I'm going to talk about how to make this shift in your own life. And there are 3 steps to get you started, and you can get started right away. So, the first step is to just pause for a moment and identify. The next time you feel overwhelmed or stuck, take a moment and ask yourself, am I in reaction mode right now, or am I creating from my vision? Simple question. You might want to put it on a post-it or something just to keep it fresh in your mind, right on your screen, or your screensaver on your phone. But the question is powerful because it interrupts the automaticity or the automatic patterns of reaction. So simply noticing that you're in reaction mode gives you the opportunity to choose something different, to go down another road. So the second action or step is to reconnect with your vision. So once you've paused and you've taken a moment to notice which world you're in, world of reaction, world of vision, take a moment to reconnect with your vision. What is the bigger picture that you're working towards, and why does it matter to you? What do you really want? What's the experience that you want to have in your life? So, for example, if you're stressed out about work, which, happens often for people, right? Maybe it's a deadline, whatever it is, you zoom out and you remember how this project that you're working on contributes to your larger goals, to the bigger picture. The shift in perspective from myopic to up and out can help you refocus and take action from your purpose, not just because it's on your to-do list and it's something you need to survive and get through. The third step is to take one aligned action from your vision. So now that you've regrounded yourself in your vision, identify a small, designed, intentional action that you can take to move forward. It doesn't have to be like this huge big deal. It could just be something that aligns with your vision and reinforces the space that you're creating in your life. So, for example, if your vision is to have freedom in your life, you might take 5-minute break to reset and reflect instead of powering through a task or getting through what the next thing on your to-do list is. Or let's say your vision is about, creating connection in relationships. You might send a quick message to somebody in your life that you care about to connect with them. These are such small actions. They take moments and they are simple, but the impact is huge. They are incredibly powerful because they are aligned with your purpose. So not only is it an action, it's an action that breathes life into your vision. So it is like revivifying your vision as you act, building the ship while you're sailing it. So why does this matter? Is, when you shift from reaction to vision, when you're operating from vision, you are no longer a leaf in the wind of your circumstances, just kind of going with whatever life is giving you and reacting to it powerfully, because powerful people are good reactors. But that's a very different space than the space of vision and fulfillment and creation. And it is so easy to lose sight of what really matters as we are getting through life. I call that the getting through lifeness of life, checking boxes. Very different than building and designing a life that inspires you, that excites you, that fulfills you. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge for this week. Take 5 minutes today and reflect on your vision. Kind of clarify, what is it that you really want beyond goals? What space do you want? What experience do you want in your life? What do you want your life to look and feel like for the long term? Write it down. And the next time you feel stuck or hooked in reaction mode, just pause and reconnect with your vision and take one small action that would be an expression of your vision, a fulfillment of your vision, presence, that space that you're committed to having in your life. You will be amazed at how quickly this practice simple practice shifts your mindset, but also your actions and your results, because results are always going to be a function of actions. And if your actions are falling out of a mindset of survival, you will have a very different experience of life. You will be what I call messable with. So if you've ever found yourself stuck in the cycle of reacting, just getting through the day, checking boxes, yet still feeling unfulfilled, this is your moment to interrupt that pattern. So we have just explored how to shift from survival to vision, how to reconnect with what really matters, and how even the tiniest action can bring your purpose to life. But if you're ready to actually live this, not just hear about it, join me for the 5-day promise game. It is a simple, free, powerful way to practice being unmessable with by taking one intentional action each day that aligns with your vision. So this is where it goes from theory to actual transformation. So don't wait. Your vision is not a someday, one day thing. Start right now. Game on. The link is right below. And when you're ready to go even deeper, the next video is just one click away. Watch it now.